To me, at the start, I was confused. I'm not gonna lie, because like I've always wanted to have a collective within Belfast where I felt I was able to express myself. So when I did like first hear about Gxrl Code, I wasn't sure how it was gonna be, as it's not something that's ever been set up here before. Um, but to me, it's literally a family. It's not a group of girls that run events. It's not people who perform on a stage. It's genuine personalities, and it's only outside of the camera and when we're by ourselves that you truly see what Gxrl Code is.
Yeah, so basically, I was just down south for hardworking class heroes, and I stumbled into this bar, and there was this girl rapping on stage, and I was like, wait a minute, who the fuck that? Because you don't really have any other female rappers in Northern Ireland, so just seeing that was so special, and I was just like, damn, I need to talk to her after her set. And then she just was like, oh, you should totally follow Gxrl Code, I'm part of it, and that was the one in Dublin. So I followed them, and Mona, who founded Gxrl Code in Dublin, messaged me and was like, hey, do you want to come down and DJ for our event coming up and stuff? So I was like, yeah, sure, and like went down on my own completely. So I was so out of my comfort zone already, so I was like, whatever, I'm just gonna like talk to everyone here, I don't care. And then got to know everyone kind of, and just saw that it was such a nice network of females, and there was such talented performers as well. And that night, literally, me and Mona clicked, and she was just like, hey, do you want to actually start it up in Belfast? Because we're both DJs, we kind of both have, you know, a similar vibe, and she felt like family to me. So I always wanted to do something like that as well. You know, I moved back here in 2018. I had no one, I didn't know anyone. I'd been away for years. I literally didn't have a job, moved back home. So I always like was kind of like wanting that community feel, and like I got that with my management Next Gen music group, but I wanted to start something for females as well, which was music related or art related. So this was kind of a perfect opportunity, and yeah, it's worked out well.
It's great to meet such creative, free people who are so accepting, and because we're all so different and we all have such a broad range of talents, it's so nice to be with people who can understand and who accept you and who want you to grow and who want you to flourish and really do have 100% supporting you. And that's what Gxrl Code is. It's a support, and it's a really good support.
So when I first came to Belfast, I hated it. I hated everything about it. I hated the weather. I hated, I can't really say I hated people. I didn't really know that many people, but I just hated it. And like, I feel like part of that was just not having the outlet to do the things I wanted to do. So like videography and photography, like I tried for 2 years to get that off the ground. And it was really, really hard because just I guess the environment here just didn't really lend itself to that. It brought somewhere that people can go, which I think is very, very important, at least for me. Like, I stayed for an extra year that I really wasn't trying to stay here for. Like, it was not the plan. I'm fucking freezing. But like, it feels worth it because there's somewhere here where I can like grow creatively and grow and just make, like, stay with a group of people that I really, really like. Like, it's a nice environment, and it's created that in Belfast. And I think for other people too that can see it from the outside, like, I hope it doesn't look closed, because it is something that everyone can tap into, I think. Anyway.
So it came about for me when I heard from my friend Dina, who I met at Gxrl. We were doing a film project together, and she asked me to come and join her in Gxrl Code. At first I thought it was just a one-day event where we were just doing a photo shoot together, and it turned out to be one of the best things I've ever signed up for.
I went to an all-girls school to begin with. I did not have any friends in that school, maybe one, but it didn't last very long. I was very isolated. I was in my own bubble. I was so different to everyone else. And you know, I'd never felt that bond with girls. And when you lack that bond, you lack other things,
like especially when you're trying to promote yourself, you don't trust a lot of people. So meeting girls that I feel I can trust and who feed me good energy, it really just changes my life, because I'm able to do things that I never thought I could do with the backup of their confidence that pushes me every day. Like, you know, Katie could message me one day and she'll just be like, how are you? Are you okay? And that alone, it helps you through the day.
The one goal that I've always had is I felt like I was an outcast, and in Belfast I went to an all-girls school, and in the whole of the school I was the one that felt like they were out of place, because it's hard to want to go down a creative path and a path that isn't so normalised. Like, I didn't want to go to university and I didn't want to go back into education. I wanted to make something of myself and wanted to self-employ and believe in myself and build upon myself, which is really hard to do, and it takes a lot of confidence. And by having Gxrl Code, I have other independent, strong women that are around me at all times, and it's so empowering. Empowering is an understatement. Like, Gxrl Code is a collective that shouldn't just be in Belfast, it shouldn't just be in Dublin, it should be all over the place, it should be in Europe, and it should be worldwide, because females should have a basis where they feel that they can take a path that other people may not agree with, and that other people have had judgments on, and they're able to prove to everyone that they can still follow their dreams, take a creative path, and have people who will support them. Like, I don't have a lot of family, and with Gxrl Code I don't need one, because I never feel like I'm without one by having all these women around me.
Like, I am my true self with honestly, and I will say it 100%, I am my true self with these girls, and they still love and accept me, and they still push me to do my best, and they still want the best for me. And it's nice that Gxrl Code has brought that side out of me, because I don't think I ever would have had that side brought out of me in my everyday life. I think I've said it to Dina once before, that I feel like I've always been living like a fake self, like what the self that people want and people expect, because in Belfast you can't really be different and be extra and you have to stay in a lane. And with these girls, I've just been my true self, and it's been beautiful. And yeah, I think if you're watching this and you're looking for an outlet to be your true self and be your true happy self, and just to let go of all the norms, Gxrl Code's a perfect place to be in.
Belfast is one of them small cities that is not really overly saturated with people in like the music industry and people who are kind of making their own scene. Like, if you go down to London, this wouldn't really be that special. There's probably a lot more people doing this, but we definitely got noticed here. And yeah, I think like around the first few months I got asked to do like a panel talk for AVA, which was really cool. And we also got funded for an event, which was dope. We got asked to do culture night. I got a job mentoring kids in event planning out of it, with more volume at the OES Centre. We got to work with Girls Rock School NI, where everyone got involved as well from Gxrl Code. And also 3 members of Gxrl Code, me, Nad and Amy, are now in a podcast called Real Talk on BBC ATL, and I think Gxrl Code is what initially got us noticed for it. I DJ and I'm a lyricist. I make music, so I usually will be organising, kind of like managing the event and making sure everything's going smoothly when we put on events. And I also will be usually DJing the event with Katie or any other female DJs that we put on, and I perform as well at the events that we're having performers at.
Well, we have people that are very much in the creative industry, so we have singers like Amy, Nad, Dina, Becky. I don't want to leave anyone out, but like there's probably more. And then we have people that maybe what they're doing isn't perceived as creative, like skateboarding, but it kind of is in a way. But and then we have people that do very technical things like promotional stuff and a lot of the time it's the same person doing both things.
So I play the harp, and that's how Dina heard about me originally. So she asked me to come join Gxrl Code because she wanted to just introduce me to a few people, and I wanted to meet a few people, and that's how I started Gxrl Code.
Before Gxrl Code, I couldn't really stand in front of the camera. I would edit all my pictures, wouldn't upload pictures without taking 100, and just wasn't confident at all. So when I first went to the shoot, I sat outside the shoot for 35 minutes before walking around the front to meet the girls because I was panicking so bad and just didn't even know what to expect at all. And on the day, I remember being a little quiet, but that is the most that I'd actually spoken to new people in a year. And I was in such a dark place, so being able to move from being somewhere that seemed so dull to being filled with all these bright personalities, and it was really, really, really enlightening at the time. So the opportunities that it's opened for me are literally endless, because the first thing it did was give me confidence, and after you get confidence there's so much you can do. I have now been signed with a modelling agency down in Dublin, and that came about because through Gxrl Code, my Instagram, I got more followers and I was able to build a following, and then from there was people able to access my Instagram account and obviously see what I was about. I also do skateboarding, which is something that not a lot of females do, and it is a really hard thing to start off with because it's not an area where you're accepted when you're female, when you're small, and when you're girly or look girly. It is something that is a hard background to begin in. So because of obviously all of that, I then got offered an advertisement down in Dublin, and that's when everything started really, really looking up for me, because then I realised that I didn't actually have to be so into myself. I could use this confidence, and when I show it, I do get good opportunities. So because of that, I got an advertisement. I've now been signed with another modelling agency, and my confidence just keeps growing, literally. By being part of Gxrl Code, I've also been sponsored by Han Clothing, and she is in Topshop, and that is a massive opportunity. I do get free parcels from her, which is another service that then I've gained from having popularity through Gxrl Code. I also got to do a shoot with Five Savage, which was with our photographer Katie as well, which is really nice, getting to take on opportunities when you're with other girls out of Gxrl Code as well, because you can see the progression, even just with you and with other girls too.
Opportunities with Gxrl Code. A lot of people I know are now talking about Gxrl Code. A lot of people want to know more about it. I actually got my job that I currently am in talking about Gxrl Code because it was it's a manager role in Boots, and with event planning with the girls and talking about planning events and stuff like that and trying to get stuff organised. It's taught me a lot of management skills, and that I transferred into my job, and I found that if I didn't meet the girls and I didn't get in the Gxrl Code, I wouldn't have never pushed myself to go for a role like that. And I only pushed myself to go for that role because of the girls and because of their support and their love. For wrestling, I have a lot of support from the girls with my wrestling. They're all absolutely brilliant. They share all my posters. They come to my shows. They're really, really good support to have, especially being a woman in such a male-dominated industry. It's brilliant to have the girls support that way.
Gxrl Code to me is a network of females who are all involved in the creative industry and are working together really to promote each other, to make each other feel like bad bitches that they can do whatever they want and not feel like they have to be judged for it, and just to be really happy for each other and happy for females who are doing bits in the industry. And then also we put on events and we all kind of work together and make it happen.
There's so many talented people in Belfast that maybe don't have the confidence or don't have the means to get whatever they're doing off the ground, because like I know that I wouldn't have had the means to like learn how to DJ. Like I would have like thought about it, but I probably wouldn't have done it because I was in Gxrl Code and I knew Dina through that. Then I had someone to like teach me.
I would do most of the gigs we do. I get to capture moments, which helps what we're standing for Gxrl Code as well as helping the girls in it. So I would have photos of Dina DJing, and I'd have photos of Katie DJing, and like different, even the fire dancers as well. So we're able to promote that within the actual group. So we don't have to hire anyone, you know, to do the photography. It's also just handy, you know, we just help each other out in ways that you'd probably have to spend a lot of money on. It's just, especially as well at a young age when you don't have much income coming in at the minute, and you have these massive wild dreams, you know, to have this like crazy music video, or to do like a bomb ass shot, you know, with Kitty, because she's a model as well, and the other Kitty was able to provide that.
I definitely would love to see us grow in Northern Ireland and have bigger events, maybe in a year or two, a festival, have, you know, the local scene grow for females here, and have more females really feel connected and feel like they can be themselves, and to be happy for each other's success as well, because I feel like that's really something that we like to promote, and then eventually branch out in different countries.
One thing I love most about Gxrl Code is I skateboard or I would do modelling. Girls sing, other girls paint. There's 100 creative things that you can do in Gxrl Code, but no matter what, we can always find a way to collaborate with each other. And even if Dana was to do a music video, she would find a way to incorporate all of our skills, or find a way to showcase all of us, because nothing is ever self-centered within Gxrl Code. It's always shared, and that's something that I'll always keep. Is anything that I get from this, or anywhere that I go in my life, I know where I started, and it was with Gxrl Code.
People with different skills around you is very, very important. And, you know, if we can grow that and have people with more skills still, like, imagine having a project and not having to go outside of a group of people to get it done. Like, that would just be ideal. Like, just being able to come up with an idea and just be able to do it strictly with everyone in Gxrl Code, that would be pretty fucking cool, to be honest.
This shouldn't just be here, this shouldn't just be in Dublin, this should be worldwide, because the amounts of change you can feel when you're surrounded by positive female energy is incredible, and it can drive all of us to do incredible things.